Hello, we are live here at Francis Page Media for the latest royal news. Let's see how my sound comes out like. It's a test live. Hello, my dear friends. Thank you so much for tuning in here at Francis Page Media for the latest in what has been going on in the world of our British royals. Feel comfortable, guys. It's such an honor seeing you all here. Those who are just joining us, I'll get myself set up here. In the meantime, guys, bear with me. Trying to pull up my stories here. All right. Where are we? Hi, guys. I should be with you in a second. Okay. Hi, guys. I should be with you. Yeah, I think that works well. Hello, you're welcome to this edition of Royal News Live, Francis Page Media. How is everybody getting on this wonderful Sunday evening here in the United Kingdom? The weather hasn't been the best, but hey ho, we can't complain. We had such a fantastic summer. So, how are we? How are you getting yourselves ready for the new week? It's Francis Page Media. We are here to sort of catch up with what has been going on in the world of our British royals. Good morning, Chantel Martin, from wherever you are. Hi, Lily. Thank you so much for acknowledging this microphone. Guys, tell me in the comment section if my sound is brilliant. I'm just sort of trying out this new equipment I got given by one of our subscribers here recently. So thank you so much for this support. Without you guys, this channel would be nowhere. So, yeah, okay, Australia. Greetings to Australia. My friend is from Australia, Catherine Arroyo Ayota. She's not here with us today. I hope she might find this live when she comes in. We usually go live together. But yes, I'm just touching base with you guys to sort of talk about what is going out there in the world of our British royals. If you're not yet subscribed, please make sure to subscribe, hit that bell button so you are always reminded anytime a new post comes up. Thank you so much for my recent post. It has done really, really well. I posted yesterday. If you haven't seen that, please head over and give it a view, a comment, and tell us what you think about that supposed big announcement that Meghan and Prince Harry made recently via their Archwell website. So welcome aboard, my dear friends. Catherine, Princess of Wales, made a public appearance today. I don't know if you guys have seen that photo. Let me see if I can pull it up here so you can tell me what you think about her appearance today. Where are we? Is that this one here? Share. Yes. 1 minute, guys. Yes, so that was Catherine, Princess of Wales. She made an appearance today at a church service in Balmoral alongside her husband, Prince William, who was seen in the driving seat. At the back, we could have a bit of a glimpse of whether that was Prince George. He looked like he was the one there. So yes, a happy family sat in this car going to attend a church service where they are up in Balmoral. The king and the queen attended that service as well. And apparently they were driving right behind William and Catherine's car going to church this morning. A nearby regiment, and I think in support of the Royal Regiment of Scotland, provided the guard of honor for the royals attending the church service this morning. So that was great news to see Catherine, Princess of Wales. This would be the third time since we last saw Catherine step out during this time that she's still receiving her cancer treatment. So that is good news for us, actually, looking at Catherine and how glowing she was, her hair still intact. You could see her from the sides, but she looked very fresh. That is a good sign for us that, the people's princess is on the right mend. Um, Coming back into full service, as you can see her there. So again, great news for us today. Hi, Michelle. Thank you so much for tuning in. Michelle from UK. I am from UK as well, Michelle. So yes, thank you for joining us on this live stream. Chantel Martin, thank you again for tuning in. Helena Nilsson, hello from cloudy summer evening in South Sweden. Hi, Sweden is brilliant. I've been the other time I came to Stockholm. Such a beautiful city Sweden has. And so, hi, next time I come round, I'll give you a wave. Thank you so much for joining us, every single one of you on here. So appreciate your incredible support. So it is, yeah, as Lily said, I think, well, the summer is slowly starting to get a little bit rainy, but we can't complain. Here in the UK, we had a fantastic few days gone. So, but yes, Catherine, Princess of Wales, made that rare appearance. Okay, so that was great news for us because we hadn't seen Catherine again since we last saw her at Wimbledon for the for that last men's final game between, was it Alcaraz and who is the other one? Djokovic, I think. And then we saw Catherine, Princess of Wales, handing over that trophy to the eventual winner. That was the last time we saw Catherine in public. So again, okay, so my apologies. I think we saw Catherine again briefly in that video with husband Prince William. Prince William sporting a beard, and they were congratulating Team Great Britain for their wonderful performance over the Olympic season. But it was a bit of a glimpse. That video was only 6 seconds appearance for William and Kate. So we should say it wasn't a good enough view for us. But this photo here is brilliant because then we can see our Catherine on the right mend. So great appearance there from the royal sweetheart. And of course, we know it hasn't been a very easy time for her receiving that treatment. Most of you who have relatives who have gone through this treatment will tell you how frustrating it can be going through cancer treatment. That medication can be very strong. You become drowsy. Some people reactions that they receive from the medication. But it is great to see our dear Catherine coping well with that treatment. Yes, it was great indeed to see Prince William driving Princess Catherine to church. Such a great family bondage there. And there is one other thing we learn from Catherine's appearance here at Balmoral alongside the other royals. It is the fact that she can now confidently stay with others. She can meet with others, obviously. Prior to that, during those initial days of her diagnosis, just like you had King Charles's medical advice to keep themselves isolated somewhere so they can receive treatment. But we see Catherine back in action, mixing with the other royals. Balmoral would be very full on at this point with all the royals there. the Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh, Princess Anne, so many other royals that you all know. And Catherine is there in the mix. So that is good news for us that she is now developing all the confidence to mix with others. And so it is a good sign that she's on the right mend. Have you caught up with those images, guys? I will share this again so you can, see how our dear Catherine looked like. This is, of course, available on the way on social media. I think this is either Daily Mail or Daily Express that shared this, but you can find these images everywhere online. Yes. So tell me what you think about Catherine's appearance and how she's looking. Obviously, whenever she shows up, we are looking for the changes. What has happened? Is she coming back to the Catherine we knew? But she has always been the same Catherine since she made those appearances. She told us in the speech she gave the other day that she has some good and bad days, and she always tries to make the most of the good days. And hey, she never disappoints every time she turns up. So here we go. Terrible summer here in Northern Ireland. Count on the hand how many summer days. Great to see Catherine looking so well. Here is hoping all is getting better. Not an easy road. Well summed up, Rosie McGuinness. Thank you so much, by the way, Rosie, for finding this live stream. I'm starting to see some new faces pop up here, which is great. It is great. That means that YouTube is recommending these live streams now as opposed to previously when we lacked a bit of that recommendation. But thank you so much. Angelique from Australia, thank you so much. Another very, very great supporter of this channel. You guys are making such a massive difference. Just showing up here, commenting, leaving your thoughts here. Those comments, by the way, I always recognize them, go back and try to look for the advice and the tips you share and all of that stuff. And I try to always make my lives that come after these better. But yes, thank you so much. So that's William and Kate's appearance today at Baromoro for that very, very famous Sunday service that the Royals always attend during the summer break. The other good news about William and Catherine is that we just read a publication that told us that William and Kate and their Royal Foundation has made up to £8 million. It has raised £8 million for charity. That is great, great news. £8 million. That is telling us that this charity is doing great work for people. People are believing in it. And these figures were released by the Charity Commission here in the UK every year. Every charity in the UK is supposed to release details of their operations to the commission so that they see if these charities have been following the right rules, regulations, procedures in carrying out activities. And we know the Royal Foundation for the Prince and Princess of Wales is, of course, a charity, although it belongs to the royal family, but it is a charity. It does a lot of community work. And in this charity, of course, we have so many sub projects and programs run, including Prince William's Earthshot Prize project. Catherine, Princess of Wales, is early years or childhood project that she is on. She launched a few months before that terrible cancer news that we received. But those charities, William and Kate's umbrella or charities, the early years Earthshot project, the homeward charity, which is a homelessness charity for Prince William, Heads Together mental health charity. They are all under the umbrella of the Royal Foundation for the Prince and Princess of Wales. Now, they just released a report through the Charity Commission in the UK, and a whopping £8 million were raised through the Royal Foundation for the Prince and Princess of Wales. Now, that is incredible news. Very, very telling of a charity that is doing great work. It has donors, multiple donors coming in to support the charity work. And of course, we know that Prince William has traveled abroad under Earthshot projects, and he will be going there again very soon. We've read a report somewhere. We'll come to that in a short while. But all of that, that is where the money goes, in funding those trips to go and launch initiatives and visit charities. And that all helps to create more awareness. William and Catherine are flying high, very, very high. Okay, so we've got Tegan Cousins. Don't forget to hit the like button. Yes, thank you so much for shouting that out, Tegan. Another very, very awesome supporter of this channel. Thank you, guys. Raven, it's good to see you on the show. Chantel Martin here. Charity money that actually goes to charity, not being used to line the pockets of grifters. Very well said, Chantel. And this news actually comes after Angelique says that William and Catherine can be trusted. Indeed, indeed, indeed. We haven't had any issues since the Royal Foundation for the Prince and Princess of Wales was set up. Very well organized. It's run through the Royal Institute, the management of the royal family. So we have the King Charles's Prince Trust, which is also a charity within the royal family. So these charities are highly organized in the way they run these events. And they have been there for years. Okay, the Royal Foundation for the Prince and Princess of Wales, used to be managed by, King Charles, and then he became the monarch. Then William and Kate assume it, and they are continuing the good work and legacy of these charities. So you are very right, Angelique. William and Catherine can be trusted. This news will not come as great news to Meghan and Harry, of course. We know that Meghan Markle and Prince Harry have their own version of the Archewell Foundation, and we all know what happened to their charity. A few months ago, when they couldn't even release a report of their operations on time. So they were nearly declared delinquent in the United States. Now, delinquent, if we have any fans here from the United States, will tell us that it isn't a good state to be in for a charity. To be delinquent means that you're deemed unfit to perform. Okay, so that is Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's charity, Archewell Foundation. So we have had on numerous occasions that their charity is struggling. Last year, they declared that they had only 2 donors. They had found 2 donors, 1, 2. And you could say that that could come down to probably people not trusting the charity that much to be able to come on board and support the charity campaigns. Okay, so they were unable to release their reports on time. Okay, I'm talking about Archewell Foundation. And again, that was a sign of the lack of organization, okay, and consistency within the charity. The charity has changed staff. We hear that the other day they had a new chief executive officer who decided to quit. They recruited a new one 3-4 weeks later. He quit as well. So it isn't really going very well with Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's charity, Actual Foundation. Of course, Invictus Games will all be under this umbrella. So this news of William and Catherine's charity doing very well and hitting that £8 million fundraised money is not going to come as good news to Meghan and Harry's charities, which are struggling. If in any case, this is going to add so much pressure on the Meghan and Harry's. Right, let's go back to some of the questions here. I'm sorry, I can't pull up the others, but I'll pull up what I can see for now. If I've not pulled yours up, Francis, why did all the royal family go to church today when it's just usually the king and queen? Okay, so that's a very good question there, Tegan Cousins. Very good question. I think part of the reason for all of them going is I think they wanted to do like a Thanksgiving service where they just want to thank God and communities for the support they've showed to the royal family, because it hasn't been a very easy road for the royal family in the past few months, with King Charles being diagnosed in the same sort of time frame as Catherine, Princess of Wales. And all of them, of course, meeting at Balmoral, and all of them still receiving some sort of treatment. It would have been ideal to attend that service and thank communities and, God for the love, kindness, and the support that the royals are going through. So a very good question raised there. I'm not 100% sure if that was the reason, but looking at how the royal family has been sweeping through these challenges over the last couple of months, a Thanksgiving service of some sort like this one, of course, would involve all of them attending. Okay, but I'll still try and find out the real reason for that, for their attendance. Okay, so Angelique again says that yes, from last view it was still delinquent. Yeah. So you see, this is what we are talking about here. So, Meghan Markle, Prince Harry need to learn from Catherine and William on how to operate a charity. Okay. So guys, give me a thumbs up in the comments if my sound is good. This is a new microphone I got recently. I'm still navigating using it. So please let me know if the sound is great or if I need to play about with the adjustments to get my voice out there more clearly. Okay. According to Neil, Sean William has become more religious upon Catherine's cancer diagnosis. Yes. Neil Sean speaks a lot about Catherine, Princess of Wales, Prince William, and he has obviously been providing insights on what is really going on a regular basis. So thank you so much, Angelique, for raising that. But let us also not forget that King Charles himself is the man in charge of all faith here in United Kingdom. So he's very church going. Every time he's in Sandringham, Balmoral, he never misses going to church. And so is his sister, the Princess Royal, Princess Anne. So all of them would have been, would have actually gone to this service because they were all up there at the same time. Princess Anne, remember, she also had that a moment, very difficult time when she fell off that horse. So you could say that senior royals have had a big hiccup, a big challenge in the last few days, couple of months, sorry. So it was only ideal that they go and attend this service for that Thanksgiving. Sheila Kelly, thank you so much for highlighting. Hey, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Um, Francis, have you heard that they are talking about India as the next paid holiday? I haven't heard about that yet, but the other day, apparently, what I heard was that they were hinting on their next destination. So you could be right, Chantel, that maybe after Colombia, if you're talking about Meghan and Harry, after Colombia, maybe India, and but India is they are very much in support of the royal family here, and Meghan and Harry tend to go to countries that have sort of had certain record, or countries that the royal family members would not even think about going because of the human rights and all of that stuff going on in those countries. So it will be interesting to see if they get a proper invitation from India. Okay. But they said that they are planning another visit somewhere. Hi, Lisa. Thank you for checking in. And Aspe, thank you so much for finding us again. You're always here. Thank you. Truly, truly appreciate. So let me try and pull this up. Okay. Okay, I'll be with you. Okay, so that was Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. Their trip to Colombia uh, wasn't well received, let's say, wasn't really well received. And in Colombia, we have heard that Colombians were fuming after they found out that the trip cost the government a huge sum of money to maintain Meghan Markle and Prince Harry security wise in the country. And that money should have gone to, of course, delivering essential services in the country. Schools, provision of school materials, hospitals that are running out of medications, the high corruption in the country. The Colombians were arguing that all that money that funded Meghan Markle and Prince Harry should have gone towards facilitating those key essential services in the country. And the invitation, of course, they received from the Vice President of Colombia, Francis Marquez, was purely based on personal reasons, not because Meghan Markle or Prince Harry, their charity, had done wonders in Colombia. Okay. She allegedly said that because she saw Meghan Markle on Netflix, she felt so touched by her message, and she thought, Meghan Markle could be a big inspiration to girls in Colombia. And then that's why she invited Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. Colombians were not happy at all. And following that visit, we heard that Meghan Markle have made a big announcement. They made a big announcement yesterday or the other day, via their Archwell Foundation, that they will be donating a set of drumming equipments to one of these schools located in the suburbs of Colombia. And people were fuming again. So you're making this public announcement, blowing horns, so we can all tune in and see what you have provided to this school, only to find out that it is a set of drumming equipments. Surely the school could afford those equipments. The Colombian government could afford those as well. So people are not happy because Come on. They spent 1.5 million pounds on security on you in that country. And all you can offer them is a set of drums. Have you guys read that story? Okay. Okay, have you guys read that story? Sheila Kelly here says, I wouldn't put it past Megan. She will take the photo like Diana. Okay, yeah, so. Oh, hi, Alma. Thank you so much for tuning in and for finding this live. I'm so grateful for all of you from wherever you are, Texas it is, sending greetings all the way from here in the UK. Thank you for supporting our royals. Every time you come up here, guys, you are supporting this channel so much. Truly, truly appreciate. Thank you. And check if you're still subscribed, because recently, apparently, if you haven't visited the channel for so many days, YouTube can unsubscribe you, basically. And I've noticed a drop in our subscribers every day because YouTube is trying to eliminate people who haven't been tuning in, or at least commenting on any of those videos you come across. That way YouTube will know that this is a real account out there belonging to someone. So Tegan says the drums, they can't hear poor children crying in pain of hunger. Exactly. And you provide drums because you think drums are therapeutic. And, that was the reason that Meghan Markle, Prince Harry gave, that the drums are providing therapy. And this is what Meghan Markle and Prince Harry believe is one of those activities that are soothing. So they decided to provide drums. But as Tegan says there, these are children who don't have food, clothing, scholastic materials, pens, and books. Okay, providing drums is not going to resolve anything, Buy them food, provide clothing, shoes, essential materials for schooling, uniforms. Okay, set up a base somewhere where these equipments are going to be distributed, or essentials are going to be distributed from. Okay, and then run that center within Colombia where schools would come and benefit from those essentials that you are feeding into that small charity you have established within Colombia. So set that up. Okay, contribute to maybe setting up a school or building a classroom block, and then maybe this block you have set up, you equip it with computers, technology, especially as when they went out there, Meghan and Harry were talking about social media, the use of technology and all of that sort of stuff, cyberbullying, and so you would expect that, okay, whatever work they are going to support in Colombia would be addressing those issues. So provide computers and training and people to sort of show these young people in there how to navigate safely around these social media platforms. But they didn't do that. It's instead a set of drums, okay? And these are all in words, saying something is one and providing that service is the other. And records have shown, reading around, that these promises they put out there usually don't manifest into anything meaningful. So on their website, Actual Foundation, they've plastered the website with photographs of them dancing with children in Colombia, and of course followed by this statement of them providing these equipments, the drums, to this school. And this is something we had predicted before they went to Colombia, that because their website is in the initial phases of being established, okay, their organization is pretty new, so it doesn't have material on there to show that this is what they have done. So they are now traveling to these countries in double quick time. Okay, they're identifying countries which they would seduce into getting those invitations, and then they will go there. They will look around and see, okay, what's going on here, and they will look for the smallest of areas to contribute to, and then they come here, put that on their website. They want to show the world, in my way of looking at it, that the bigger picture for us is the vision we have for these countries. And so the more countries they have listed on their website, the more people will give their website credibility and that sort of thing. So don't be surprised when they fly to these countries and come back and say, we are buying mats, or we are buying. Okay. Okay, they would have got their interest fed onto the website. Okay, so we've been to India. This is what we know. Pictures of them in India, Colombia, Nigeria will come on there, and that's what matters most to Meghan Markle, Prince Harry, in my opinion, to have material for their website. Okay, in exchange for these small teas, they are giving to these needy people in those countries. How sad! How sad! Mm. Okay, apparently they are now saying it was both towards Colombia. How did it help Colombia when they only? Okay, absolutely. There is no. I don't think Colombians would have reacted to the way they did if they had seen anything positive with Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's visit. Okay, and they know, the whole world know. We've seen the negative publicity that the two former working royals carry themselves with. So it isn't going to be painting a good image of whoever invites them. Or this is going to also lead to more scrutiny of those countries, or of those people who invite the two. And we have seen this happen in Colombia already, because reading around, we were told how very unpopular the vice president of Colombia, Marquez, Francis Marquez, is. Okay, and so she invites Meghan Markle, Prince Harry, into the country, and she apparently has become under more scrutiny, with many people saying that she's not even fit for office because of wasting all that government money on a trip which hasn't been a positive one for the country. And when you invite Meghan Markle, of course, and Prince Harry, you're inviting two individuals who are not going to have much that they can do for a given country. Because if you're inviting William and Kate, or the royal family, King Charles, Camilla, Princess Anne, those royals have the power to effect changes within organizations, because their voice, they have credibility. Okay, and they carry themselves with a lot of positive energy, that it is very easy for people to switch in and see where they have been, and and then donate. Okay, you know what I mean by that. When Catherine and William are here, they visit places, and they've also gone abroad. But whenever they go to these places, and the outfits they are wearing on the day and all of those things, they sell out very quickly, because they carry with themselves that positive energy and likability, which then transcends into activities in those places that they visit. This is certainly something you won't get with, the two ex-royals. The other thing with, inviting royals, William and Kate, King Charles, Anne, and all of that is because they are very much in touch with the government here in the UK. And so they could advocate for funding, okay, from the UK government, from the Commonwealth countries like New Zealand, Australia, Canada, okay, because they are part of this institution. They are representing the monarch or the government, so it is easier for them to effect change and advocate for services and funding for these countries and problems that they would have encountered. This is something you can't get with the two ex-royals because you're inviting Meghan and Harry. They don't have any power like they used to have back in the days when they were still serving royals. So that is the difference that it makes. And this is where Colombians were unhappy with the vice president in Colombia because she invited people that were not going to have that immediate positive importance to the country, because they carry no powers at all. It's just them, and they are also running these organizations of theirs that are still struggling. Okay, Archwell Foundation is on its knees. We heard the other day, failing to table those that paperwork on time to the commission that is overseeing the operations of these charities in United States. So how can you tell me that companies, organizations, or charities and people will be expecting to get the support they need when people that are promising to give that support themselves are struggling to manage their own projects? Hi, Catherine. Thank you for joining in. Good morning. You've had a very, very busy few days, Catherine, down in South Wales. It's great to see you. Catch up with this live stream. Catherine Arroyo Ayota, a very, very regular guest on the show. Thank you so much for joining us here. And we have Angelica. You keep getting locked up for saying hearty words online. It's a joke here. Exactly. So we have to be very careful what we say. But it is what it is. You cannot suppress free speech, and people can express their opinions as long as these opinions are not going to harm or hurt anybody. Okay. So we have what do we have here? They are always around other people's children for their own. They charge money. Yeah. Okay. So you see all of these sort of things, and that's why we constantly call these two. And it's not that we don't like them or whatever. It's because we want them to start doing things that are going to be, that people are going to, that are going to be not painting, how do I put it? Not painting a bad image of the royal family, because they may not be serving royals, but they are still very much part of the royal family. They are still listed on the royal family website. They are the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. So the more they go out there and do things that do not embody the values of the British royal family, guess who is hurt more? It's the royal family. So we are taking it upon ourselves to call out this sort of behavior constantly to try and protect the image of the royal family that we all love so much. Okay. Congratulations. Okay, have I missed that? I should have missed, and for some reason I can't go back to my previous comments, guys. Okay, scared I'm having to use tact and wasn't born with that. Yes. But anyway, that is what is happening at the moment. That talk of Prince Harry, Meghan Markle providing drums, a set of drums to this school, and making that sound as a big announcement, is something many people think is a joke, because they are capable of providing much more than a set of drums that these schools can themselves provide, where the country of Colombia has contributed, spent a huge amount of money to host Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. It would only be fair if they do something to reciprocate, and something a bit more tangible than a set of drums. Okay. So, what are your thoughts, guys? Have you read that story? Leave that in the comments section below. And of course, here at Francis Page Media, we come up to talk about these stories and get to hear your thoughts on on these stories. Now, there is, of course, another rumor going round. Well, I think they have shared this in Lifestyle magazine. What's that? A Lifestyle magazine? Let me check. Which magazine was that? I'll be with you in a second, guys. Bear with me. I'm trying to pull up the magazine that shared that. Yeah, but anyway, there is a magazine. Is it Style? And if anybody knows that magazine, drop it in the comments section below. But and I think it's and some publications in Canada have released statements and hints to say that William and Kate could be heading to New York to attend a summit on Earthshot projects, Prince William's Earthshot Project Summit. These summits are usually there annually ahead of another Invictus, sorry, not Invictus, Earthshot Prize, ceremonies. Earthshot Prize is a big environmental campaign for Prince William, and every year he gets to reward people who have been great in coming up with ideas on preserving our environment. So allegedly, is it Lifestyle? I failed to pull up that magazine. Has it that Prince William and Catherine could be heading to New York. Have you heard about it? I think Catherine has heard about it, because there are some publications in Australia and Canada that have also talked about that prospect of William and Kate traveling to traveling to New York this September. Okay, so September is literally round the corner. And so it's a summit in New York. That summit will be as if, okay, the fabulousness is coming to America. Yes, have they confirmed that, Catherine? The Earthshot Prize is in November, you're right, Tegan. But in September, there's a summit, and this summit is to sort of pick out names of those that have to shortlist, I think, those that have done some sort of work around environmental preservation. And then those would be the people who get the award, which is usually 1 million, I think, prize money. Again, you can see that the Earthshot Prize is giving real, is making a real difference by rewarding people correctly for their services to the environment. So it was on Sunrise this morning. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So, of course, the Prince and Princess of Wales are yet to make that announcement, but I'm quite sure it will be coming up very, very soon. And part of the discussions they would have been having on the table during this summer break at Balmoral would have been things like upcoming royal visits. So this would very much be on the plate. Okay. And how nice would it be to see William and Catherine step out again to United States? The other day they went to Boston, and it was great to see them walking that green carpet. Catherine wearing that green dress, and William all singing and dancing, walking that green carpet. And you can always tell that these two sweep United States by storm. They literally sweep them off their feet because the US admire and adore William and Kate. They they're even more popular there than Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, who live in United States. So that will show you that people around the world know who the real royals are. Yeah. Yeah, so it is going to be very nice to see them step out together. And we know that traveling a long distance for Catherine would probably a bit of a challenge at this point, because even there were worries of her traveling from London, from Windsor to Balmoral up in Scotland. But she made that journey, and she's there and she's looking beautiful. She's settled down very well up there. So it is a sign, if we hear stories like these come out, that she's going to be traveling to New York with husband Prince William, it is a sign that she is on the right mend. And what a fabulous time for her to step out, because in America, of course, they've been seeing Catherine on TV here, making appearances at the Wimbledon tennis competition the other day. So this would be their real first opportunity to have a good eyes on Catherine across the Atlantic. So yes, let's hope that is a valid story, and that they will be traveling to United States with William in September, which is literally when tomorrow, basically September is just a stone throw. And we know that Prince William is also back in full swing next week, Thursday, with the Homewards charity. This is a charity that is helping the homeless people to secure home, housing, or, find a safe home to stay. So roundabout this time, William does a visit to the Homeward charity. So we will see him visiting that charity. We could also see him somewhere around Wednesday before the Thursday trip to Homewards. We could see him selling the Big Issue magazine somewhere in London. He's got his good friend he stands with, and they sell the Big Issue on the street. Big Issue magazine. If we have anyone here on the show who knows about the Big Issue, can tell us in the comments section below. I think that magazine is again raising money for the homeless people, providing warm food, drink, beddings, and a place to stay. So Prince William is the patron for that charity. On Thursday, look out for him stepping out. And on Wednesday, he could appear on the streets in London selling the Big Issue. Tegan Cousin says, Angelica, my email, most of my social media has been hacked, been shadow banned and more. Okay. About not to say anything about that. Yes, so it's terrible going out online these days, and how they are suppressing free speech is something I don't, agree with. Now, Meghan Markle, Prince Harry traveled to Colombia, and apparently no other press or journalists were allowed on this trip apart from Meghan Markle's press. And don't you think that is part of suppressing free speech? Because they knew if they had these other news reporters, they were going to report on the things that were going to go wrong on this trip. And of course, there are so many things that went wrong that went unreported because there was nobody to do that. Okay. Things like Colombia spending 1.5 million on security for Meghan Markle and Prince Harry would have been picked up on before even that trip finished. But we didn't know all about that until Meghan Markle, Prince Harry flew back to United States. Then we started to see these things come out. So you can't say that the Sussexes are part of this free speech, suppression if they can refuse press from reporting on a trip like that one. What are your thoughts? Okay, so let's see here. I'm reading comments about how social media and emails have been compromised. Just be careful, my dear friends out there. But whatever it is, we won't stop coming on here and talking about issues that we want to see change. Because I think when we talk about these stories, it is also helping those that we call out constantly. Okay. The other day, people were talking about Meghan Markle's sense of dress when she goes to these occasions, sense of fashion, wearing open cloth, armless skirts with slits on, which are not very conforming to the occasions. And this has always been overshadowing their trips. We saw that happen with the Nigerian trip. Okay. So when people call out these things and talk about them, I think it helps them because they read into it and can adjust. But if they don't, they will continue walking in these mistakes. So they did the same thing. They turned up to Colombia again, wearing, as if they were not royals. They are on a private visit, yes, but they were invited as the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. At least have the courtesy for Prince Harry to wear a tie and look smart. You're visiting a vice president who is also head of state, wearing very smartly. Meghan Markle turning up in that sleeveless and those very short pants. I mean, dress up and cover yourself up and look official. Because each time they fail to follow this advice and they run themselves into these controversies, what happens is that the controversies overshadow their trips. And so what is the point of that? Now, I know someone the other day came on here and said that Meghan Markle and Prince Harry operate on controversies. That's what pushes them in the lime, out there. And they don't care, whatever negative publicity or stuff are said about them. All they want is to have the stage and their names talked about. But it isn't good in the long run, and it hasn't been helpful to them. Looking at the ratings, their ratings, I mean, they are at an all-time low. Okay, so clearly it is not helping them step out to go on these engagements or do this for as long as they are mired in controversies. People are still gonna look at them as a very unserious pair. Okay, so Tegan says, with Francis being a small channel, she'll try and have him bullied one way or another, like the Sadly twins and others. I have my people here who always protect me. You guys have always been very supportive of this channel. And as long as we are talking about these things that they are in the public domain, okay, so it's not that we are just coming up with these stories. When you read around, these things are there. They are being written by these newspapers, and there being podcasts and all of that sort of thing. These things are out there, so they will not fight the whole world. Okay, but you're making a very good point there, Chantel. Okay, let's see. Lidu says it must be exhausting being these two where they do find the time, especially looking at their two, looking after the two kids. And of course, the other day when they said that they went out, when I think Meghan Markle, in her speech, she mentioned how and Prince Harry have helped their daughter find that voice. Many people are thinking, right, how can you claim you're helping your kids find a voice when you're rarely there with them? You're always on these trips, Nigeria, Colombia, you're never seen with your kids on holidays. We read a story the other day that, Meghan Markle's mom lives with them full time. She's now playing the nanny at home. So those kids spend more time with their nanny than they do with the former working royals. So how can they sit there and say that they are helping their daughter find a voice when they are rarely there? Mm. But this free speech thing, they can't suppress everybody. They can't. And it isn't them that are being talked about in this way. We've seen so many other people being called out for not doing things properly. And when they talk about cyberbullying and say how they are bullied and all of that stuff, and victimizing themselves as, oh, we are really being bullied, and now we're the right people to talk about the subject of cyberbullying. And they forget that there are people who have been victims of cyberbullying more than they claim. Look at how they treated Catherine, Princess of Wales, absence, and people coming up with all of these theories about Catherine, and she's gone missing, she's filed for divorce, she's done this, she's run away with her kids. Okay. Or she's been beaten by her husband. People wrote all sorts of horrible stories, and that is also cyberbullying. But we've never had Catherine, Prince William go on this media and start, oh, cry me a river. Hmm? Yeah. Leave your thoughts in the comments section below, guys. What do you think about this narrative of Meghan and Harry thinking that, they are going to be taking on these wars when they haven't done much themselves to clean up their camp? And we know most of all these aggressive words were coming from that side. So, Catherine, I'm missing some of these comments. Is Catherine going? Catherine, if you're going, we'll touch base at some point. Some of these comments are not coming up on time, so I keep missing them. Thank you so much for being on the show, guys. It has been very, very wonderful seeing all of you here today. And of course, your thoughts in the comments here are making such a big difference. She said the Queen knew through her, telling her, yeah, yeah, of course. The Queen saw through Meghan Markle. And we of course read this story, it was everywhere, you know. And let's see that. The subscribed are the most evil people. If you look at what they threw out there, those weeks um, leading up to Catherine's first public appearance, and how they made such a big fuss of this photograph that Catherine first released of her and her children and her husband. Okay, yet we know how much most of their photographs have also been photoshopped in the past, and they are still up to now, you know. So, again, I think that's why they really had to leave, because of that lie. So and when they went out on the Oprah Winfrey interviews and said all of these things they did, and later on it came into light that those things were lies. And at some point, Prince Harry had to push those lies onto the media. And when he said, me and my wife did not say we are racists, it's the media at that side. Okay, so this is where people have always caught them out. And this was the beginning of people really getting to understand what these two people are up to, just spilling those lies to try and tarnish the image here, while glorifying themselves out there and stepping out on these engagements abroad to Colombia, Nigeria, and be seen as the new royals who were vindicated by the royal family. And they thought that is the way they were going to win over people's hearts. Okay, see. 1 minute, guys. Yeah. So very, very embarrassing to see that they turned out to be what they did, when they were capable of making a big impact had they stayed with the royal family. Okay. They had the biggest stage. They had the greatest support in place, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, before they left the royal family. They were placed in charge of the Commonwealth, a very big institute, very big part. In fact, it's one of the biggest arms of the royal family, the Commonwealth, that was handed over to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. So they blew that opportunity up. Okay, Meghan Markle and all these cries, or they don't want me to do this, so they are putting Catherine before me, and where's the equality, and these little things that we see happen in all institutions. You have to follow the standard operating procedures, so they cannot lay out the red carpet for you when the Queen or the future Queen consort hasn't been laid out the red carpet. Okay, so they got all the good designers and outfits, and booked those for Catherine, and I was given the terrible ones, and all those little cries, cry me a river. And then she said, right, you know what? They don't like us. Let's go. And in fact, other people claim that these were just excuses. Meghan Markle didn't really want to come and stay in the family. She just wanted to come, marry in, and disappear, and use that title out there to make money and get into places. Unfortunately, that title only helps you when you are still working in. The moment you're out, okay, it stops helping you, because it has to come with some form of support from the royal family itself. You cannot live as yourself and you think you will manage activities out there. Meghan, Prince Harry, when they were here, they had the support of the royal family, and their trips were planned by the royal family security, the fashion and what they were going to wear. All of those things were managed by the royal family. So they just had life very easy on the plate. And they left, they thought they were going to maintain these things on their own, see where they've headed to. Struggling, they are having to be funded by countries they are visiting, and these countries are also in poor state, so that is not being helpful to those countries when you're only milking them. Okay, so what are your thoughts, guys? Do you think Meghan Markle, Prince Harry would have made a bigger impact had they stayed in? Of course they would have. Okay, do they have a successful future out there? That is very questionable if they carry on the same path that they are carrying. Can they change? Of course they can. If Prince Harry puts his ego aside and comes back here and apologizes to the royal family and gets back into the royal family's good books. Okay. And only then will people start to maybe sympathize with these two. But even then, the trust will never be back to the trust that, Harry used to have prior to leaving the royal family. Right, guys, I think I've had enough today of talking. It's been very wonderful to have all of you on the show. We always, of course, come here to share these views, talk about these stories with a view of remaining informed on what is going on in our royals world. To finish up with this live, I would like to talk about, obviously, some of these things for those who have missed the show because you found the show halfway. We have talked about Catherine, Princess of Wales's appearance today at church in Sandringham, together with the rest of the royals. She looked incredibly fine, lovely, glowing. She was in the car. I think it was a Range Rover or Land Rover being driven by her husband, Prince William. They had their son, George. We don't know if the young kids were in the car with William and Kate, but we saw glimpse of, I think, somebody, a little one who looked like Prince George in the back of the car. So it was great to see Catherine show up. Okay, after obviously we last saw her for that 5 seconds video in which they were wishing the English team a good Olympic season. So following on that, the King and Queen have also attended that church service at Balmoral. They were seen driving behind William and Kate. And somebody asked here, I think that was you, was it Martin, Chantel Martin, or was it Tegan? Cousins, somebody was asking why all the royals attended as a bunch when they don't usually do. And my assumption was that maybe this service was also going to be seen as a Thanksgiving service for the royals for what they have been through recently with King Charles's cancer diagnosis, Catherine, Princess of Wales, Princess Anne had that hiccup on the horse. So it hasn't been an easy road for the royal family. And this opportunity for them meeting up at Sandringham all at the same time was a good chance for them to present their thanks to the church and thanking the communities for the support. Yes, so Catherine's appearance at that church, then Prince and Princess of Wales's intended trip to United States that was announced via certain magazines. I think the Fashion and I forget that magazine in which they I think there is one in Canada as well. And Catherine has left here. She talked about a magazine that shared that as well. William and Kate's intended trip to United States in New York to this September to attend Earthshot Prize Summit. That summit is always there a month before the Earthshot Prize ceremony itself. And I think in that summit, they are sort of drawing the names for people who are going to be rewarded with an award on the Earthshot Prize Day. So we hope that is true and they will be stepping out to United States, New York, because it would be great for Catherine to have a bit of that time away with her husband and people in United States to catch a glimpse of the real royals that they love very much. So that apparently will be taking place somewhere around September, which is coming up. Next week, Prince William is traveling to Homewards UK charity. It's a homelessness charity on Thursday. Look out for Prince William, guys. And usually on Wednesday before the Thursday, he sells the Big Issue magazine outside on the street somewhere around Kensington Palace. So again, look out for Prince William in that red little basket jacket. Okay, this is this Thursday. Yes, King Charles was in Southport. Thank you so much for bringing this up, cousins. Yeah, King Charles traveled to Southport to meet the families of the victims of the stabbings. Oh, that was really, really great of the king to do that. Locals within Southport loved that wonderful gesture from the king, and they thought the royal family is so caring and loving. You know, the monarch came all the way from down here to go and see the families in person. Okay, so thank you so much, Tegan, for pointing that out. And there is a question here, Francis. Did you hear rumor of William and Kesamisa about removing the two gruesome titles being removed? That was talked about. I heard, yes, apparently it would have been part of what was going to be discussed at the summit in Balmoral. The titles and removing the two from the line of succession, but we know that some of those discussions would also involve the parliament somehow. King Charles has every power to do that, but for some reason he has to work together with the parliament to really put a stamp on that issue. So we still had that through rumors. It's not confirmed. So, but these things will soon come out, guys. They will. And the only way we shall know that this is going to be achieved in the near future is when the royal family website changes somewhere, somehow, updates from listing Meghan and Harry as the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. That would be our telltale sign from the royal family that they are starting to effect those changes. So guys, just look up the royal family website every now and then and scroll all the way to the bottom. And the day you will see Meghan Markle, Prince Harry off that royal family website, that will be a big hint that those titles could be gone. Yeah. So Lana obviously, I couldn't believe how big the crowds were at Southport. Big, big message that the royals still line up. I mean, people still love the royal family and they appreciate every time they make those visits. And King Charles, of course, stepping out in these gatherings again gives us an opportunity to look at him and assess his health, how he's coping, because we tend to forget that he is still receiving treatment. Okay, he's still receiving treatment, and this treatment is very, very strong. So to see that he still steps out there and has that smile on, and is a very strong man, is very encouraging to us that the monarch is really coping well with this treatment. The royal family have the best doctors, the best treatment and facilities in place. Okay, so we are really relying on them to continue treating, our senior royals and keep them active and clear through these challenging times. Thank you so much, Tegan. Truly, truly appreciate your support. You guys keeps me going. And guys, please tell me what you think about my microphone. Has it changed things for the better? Because I know recently people were known. They came up with comments in here saying that I need to invest in a microphone. My voice wasn't coming out at all. So please tell me that there is a change. Otherwise, I'll be returning this microphone. Please give me a thumbs up in the comments if the microphone is okay or if I need to change, and I will do. Thank you so much, cousins. Truly, truly appreciate. So I will be going live again, I think, on Tuesday, as these stories continue coming up, and then of course bringing them here with you, and we debate upon them, get to get your line of thoughts. Like I said, this channel isn't mine, it's our channel for us to express these views. Thank you so much for subscribing and for viewing my videos. My videos haven't been viewed that much recently because somehow I think the algorithms on YouTube are not on our side. So please remember to every now and then, if that notification comes in, tap on that video and give it a good view, and maybe comment on it as well, because that is what is going to push these videos out. And the more views we get, the more our posts get out there and send this good message we want people to learn about. But it's Francis Page Media as always. Stay subscribed, guys. I enjoy each and every single one of you who is always in these shows. I see all of you. It's very difficult to react to each one of you's comments on the go because some of them disappear before you even get your eyes on. But I appreciate you, and when I watch back this live, I get to see your comments and feel very proud of the wealth of knowledge on these stories that you have. Truly, truly appreciate. So we catch up again very soon. Tuesday, I will be on around 9:30, 9 o'clock. And then we will again continue from where we have stopped, guys. Thank you so much, Fox News, for subscribing. Every single one of you is not yet subscribed. Please give us that subscription. It is really helping us to build those numbers. But thank you so much, every single one of you. Angelica, thank you for that acknowledgement. Every single one of you on this show, you are fabulous. Have a great rest of your Sunday, wherever you are. In UK, it's about 11 o'clock right now, so bedtime will be calling, but I might catch up with a cup of tea or a glass of wine. Why not? It's been a long day. While I prepare my tomorrow's post. So I usually post around 11 o'clock to midnight every evening, or at least once every other day. I put up a video post here. So please look in and give us a bit of a thumbs up or a comment, or share these videos with our fans who might have missed them, please. Thank you so much. And from me here in UK, have yourselves a warm night and a beautiful rest of the Sunday. Bye-bye, guys. Bye-bye.